what's the black state of Germany? I think we're catching on, and they're doing a lot more. And I mean, there's a lot of room for improvement, but you know, it's we're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah.
It's very similar to what Emmanuel said. So when you say we're getting there, apart from that side of things, when it comes to black people's relationships with other black people, you know, us relating to each other, where do you think that is at?
Black people relating. Okay, so I think in Germany, I'd like to say the black community is like a tight-knit community because almost everyone knows each other. I know this person from this place. Yeah, you know, that's very common in Germany, and other parts of the world. In the UK, there's so many black people from different, you know, countries. Different, you know, in Germany, like the most common black, you know, when you meet a black person on the road, they're either Ghanaian, most likely Ghanaian, or maybe Nigerian. Do you get what I'm saying? But in London like this, you get Sierra Leoneans, you know, Congolese, you know,
It is so much.
a bunch of other mixes. Do you get what I'm saying? So I would say the community in Germany is quite tight knit. The relationship amongst them, in terms of relationship,
the reason I ask what I find, and correct me if I'm wrong, I find it that there's a lot of cliques, let's say South African clique.
Okay, yeah.
Ghanaian clique.
Yeah.
Cameroonian clique.
That's very
Eritrean clique.
That's very true.
There's no inter.
Yes. Unlike UK, it's not
we
like
don't
that
have that.
here. Yes,
everybody like your friendship group, Jamaicans, Eritreans, South Africans,
a mix of
Trinidad,
other
everyone.
countries.
Do you know what I mean? So I think
true. That's very true. That's very true. In Germany, here it's like cliques. The Ghanaians stick to you know Ghanaians. Other countries, there's other countries in this, or let me say, do I say ethnicities in this country? But as you said, it's everyone's sticking to their own, you know. So we don't get much of them, you know.
Yeah, because what was interesting was I was actually looking at some statistics.
Okay.
The few statistics that they have in Germany, and I actually found that Ghanaians are not the majority.
Wow.
Black people in Germany, and I thought, raw, because I don't mean nothing by Ghanaians, you know what I mean? I was always Ghanaians for me. So that made me think, that probably means that we are in such cliques that you think that your country is the majority, but probably not.
No. That's actually, you know, that's blew my mind.
I found out and I was like, okay, that's interesting. How do you think that now affects like the relationships? Because obviously if you lived in the UK, you can see, like we were saying, like how to have like other people from other nations as you know, friends and colleagues. It brings a little bit of like unity and understanding amongst all of us. How do you think that Germany not having this is affecting?
So let me link this to church.
So, absolutely.
Church in the UK. So as you know, there's a lot of ethnic, you know, links in the UK. You know, we are all together, Cameroonians, Sierra Leoneans, Nigerians, whatever, South Africans. In terms of church, because there's a lot of like multicultural, you know, how do I say it? There's people from so many different other countries coming to church. It's not just Ghanaians. So in Germany like this, it will only be Ghanaians coming to church. So you, the pastor, are forced to speak English.
Okay.
A lot of pastors in Germany aren't able to speak English just because that's all they know. They're sticking to Ghanaians. Their target audience is just Ghanaians. But as for the UK, it's different. So you tend to find out that obviously they live in an English country, but there's much more English speaking or pastors that are able to speak English, obviously, in the UK than here.
Yeah.
You know, here it's
so given in a church setting, for example, if how should I even ask? So in a church setting, is there still cliques or do you find that there's still cliques? Because church is where all black people go and
of course,
together and worship. So do you find that there's still cliques in the church? Because if there is, then
yes.
it's very bad.
Yes, there is definitely there is still cliques, but I think this new generation that's coming up, that they are breaking this, clique thing. But the older generation, Ghanaians stick to Ghanaians. There's a building in Altona. That's where my church is as well. There's 3 churches in that building. All those churches are Ghanaians, and everyone goes to their church. Do you get what I'm saying?
Wow.
So we are very stick to what you know. Do you get what I'm saying? But as from the UK, it's not like that. You're forced to learn about someone's culture and so many other things in the UK, because there's so many different people in the UK. Do you get what I'm saying? It's what's the word? Culturally
mixed,
different. Yeah, it's mixed. Do you know what I'm saying?
So being that you're also from like a music background, music is one of the other things that brings people together.
Yes.
How hasn't music been able to bring black people in Germany together, do you think?
So on the music front, so the thing with Germany is, I find that the music industry is filled with a lot of Germans, right? And there's only a few black people, making it in the industry. So it's just, let me use this example. They have this event called African Day or something here in Germany. That's the only time you see Africans come together.
Is that in Hamburg or?
In Hamburg, yeah. If I got the name right. That's the only time you see Africans come together, different countries, do you get what I'm saying? And everyone comes to display their, culture and whatnot, food and all of that. That's the only time. But the industry is filled with just, obviously, Germans, predominantly. And the blacks that are in there are just a few. Where you would think that, obviously music is, you would say that black people, obviously, we love music, we love to make music. Music is a big part of us, do you know what I'm saying? So, but I think that's the state of Germany right now in terms of music. But as I said, it's starting to change little by little. But compare that to the UK, it's different. It's different.
So, in your experience, have you done ministry in the UK as well?
Yeah, I'll say so. Yeah.
So, in your experience, UK is probably a little bit further because we have a history of achieving and trying to fight for things. So, in your experience, if you can imagine, do you think with this modern day, with all the technology and the internet bringing everybody closer, can you imagine black Germans being able to get to, not to where UK is, but like close enough in the next 5 years? And how would you think that can be achieved?
Okay, so the thing is, another thing I have to say, music in the UK is much more advanced than music.
In what way?
In terms of, let me use myself.
Yeah.
I'm a drummer.
Yeah.
The level of drums or the level of the drummers here is completely different to the levels of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
What, skill wise or?
Skill wise, knowledge.
Why is that?
I think it's the same thing with, it has to do with us sticking to what we know. We only go to church, or the musicians, or the kids only go to church. All they hear is, obviously, the Ghanaian music. And what they hear in church, that's all they know. Whereas in the UK, there's different, there's, they have, I don't want to say Jamaican churches, but
There's Jamaican churches.
let me just say Jamaican.
Do you
know what I'm saying? There's Ruach. Exactly. Do you know what I'm saying? There's different. What they will play. The songs that it will play and all of that. It's just different. Do you get what I'm saying? I would say, let me say, Jamaicans or Jamaican musicians, or even the ministry itself, is somewhat mimicking the Americans, black Americans. It's almost the same. But when you watch, like, when you look at Jamaicans or you look at the Jamaican ministry, you know that, oh yeah, you know, this is American. Like, everything is almost the
American,
same.
yeah.
And the level of music and everything, the same. Do you know what I'm saying? So, growing up, when I was, my dad was a pastor. Growing up, if I hadn't been in Ghana, let me say this, I don't think musically I'd be where I am, because I was exposed to a lot more. If I